The idea of the book is how do you really develop true business confidence? We are taught in business that the way you develop confidence is either learn from failure or you build upon your success. And I believe the way you develop true business confidence is actually by letting go of both failure and success and just taking another action or bouncing that can get you closer to your next great success. Well, this is definitely not a book about coming back from failure because I don't believe there's a comeback. That's why the book is not called Bounce Back. It's just called Bounce. We bounce in many directions. The advice that I give people is very unconventional. I tell people to strive for minimal achievement. I tell people to downsize their dreams. I tell them that too much money will actually make them stupid. So I give them a little bit different advice. And what I'm trying to have people do is to really focus on what's going to make them happily successful, not just to strive, build bigger, better, faster, just for the sake of it, but to really focus on what they want. What are their money plus goals? Not just to be richer or better or bigger just because that's what our culture says. Innovation can happen through letting go of failure and success. There was a contest that was run in the 1970s called the Kremer Prize, which gave away money for the first group of people that could fly an airplane for a mile under solely human power. And all the heady institutions entered, like Caltech and MIT. But what's interesting, one group of amateurs headed up by Paul McGreedy, they entered an airplane called the Gossamer Albatross. And the way they ran the contest was they'd actually fly the plane until it crashed. And when it crashed, they wouldn't spend a lot of time figuring out what went wrong. They only fixed the plane and got up in the air again. So they actually crashed the plane over 500 times and won the contest. I think if we're going to be innovative, we have to let go of the failures, not try to spend so much time. What do we have to learn? What went wrong? But just really bounce and really take the next path that's going to give us an opportunity to succeed, kind of like the Gossamer Albatross. I think that we are a culture that's addicted to achievement. We are a culture that is looking for the 10-step success. We want to follow one of the success archetypes I talk about in the book. We want to either create something from nothing, we want to have one of those great comebacks where we go bankrupt and then we make $1 million, or we want to be one of those people where the rich get richer. And it simply doesn't happen that way. The path is much more on a zigzag manner, but people have a hard time giving it up because most people, in my opinion, don't want to do the hard work. They want to read a book that has the 7 steps to success in it and just be able to follow that in order to get to where they think they want to go. I think that you have to get out there when you have a business plan and try to ask customers, will they buy your product? I think we can spend too much time thinking in the whole business plan. I think actually the business plan ought to be outlawed. I think we should ought to outlaw premeditated business. We have to go out and say, customers, will you buy my product, to see if they say yes or no. There's a wonderful VC in town at Portage Ventures called Matt McCall. And one of the pieces of advice he once gave me was that we need to test as many things as possible over as short period of time as possible with as little money as possible. And that's what the entrepreneur has to keep thinking, that we just can't think, hey, we're going to get it right the first time. Business is an iterative process. When a sailor takes a boat across a windy lake, he can't go directly at his goal. What he needs to do is tack on either side of the wind in order to get to his goal. Same thing in business. It very much is a zigzag manner, and you need to have flexibility and you need to have resiliency.